Good morning, y'all. It's Lippy. It's early morning. I'm headed to town. I gotta go to the post office. And I totally forgot about the one that's about a mile from the house. But I also need to pick up a few millers too. So I'm gonna run into town and take care of that. Run by the store, pick up just a couple of things, and get back to the house. It's beautiful outside. It's still cool. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I think it's going to be 72 degrees. So I think that the ground will be dry enough from all the rain that we got. And I'm going to go ahead and amend it a little bit more where I planted those onions, just because that was an old bed that was there. And I'm going to go ahead and plant my carrots on that other end. Not many. Basically, it's going to allow me to actually test the soil, you know. We have to work on where the garden boxes are going to go. And we'll do that. We have time to do that. But, I mean, this will, doing the onions, doing the carrots, I'm going to do a soil sample just to see. You know, it'll give us an idea of, you know, what our soil is. I did find a couple of horseshoes, though, because the previous owner, she had horses. So, soil looks very rich. So, I'm happy about that. But we still have the work in the house to do. It's, you know, it's taken longer, you know, with Buddy being back to work, and you have just so much time after work to get things done. So, and I did start my seeds. I think I shared that, I'm not sure. And quite a few did not germinate. And I said, well, there's no way that it could be the seed starter mix that I use. Y'all know I am a big fan of the blocks. But I was watching that truck to make sure where he was going. I think they're like $2.50. They may be $2.75, maybe $3 for all I know nowadays. But I had about 10 or 15 stocked up. The Burpee seed starter blocks. You add a little water, I think you get about 4 quarts. Remember, I always said it doesn't matter. You can put a seed in a pile of rocks. If it's viable, it's gonna germinate. Anyway, some of my tomatoes and my peppers didn't germinate. And I looked back at my journal and I was like, something wrong here. So I dumped them and I started back over yesterday. Because after about 12 days, we should have seen something. And I haven't started on the squash or the cucumbers, anything like that. It's still a little early because what I found is, if, you know, and I'm guilty of it, you know, you get so excited and you know you're going to be able to have a garden that you tend to start too soon. And let me tell you what, a cucumber and a squash can take over before you ever get it in your beds, your ground, whatever it is that you're going to be planting in. So I always delay that, and a lot of times I'll direct sow my squash, not necessarily my cucumbers, but my squash I will. But I'm here at the post office, so I'm gonna go in, take care of my business, and I'm gonna come back out, and I want to have a Monday morning chat with y'all. This is the only time I can do it, because y'all, I'm busy. Just like y'all, we're all busy. But I think this warrants a video. So, let me go take care of my business. I'll be right back. All right, got the post office taken care of. That sun coming down is warming me up. I was so cool, I had to put my jacket on that covers half my hands. There went a little kitty cat across the road. I'm taking a shortcut. Probably just hunting it some food. I have work at the desk to do. I don't have to cook supper. We're going to have leftovers from our Sunday meal. I don't have laundry to do. I don't have housework to do. I took care of that early this morning. So, it's just a lot of tying up ends. Y'all know how those days are. You know, you got to finish up a little bit of this, finish up a little bit of that. And I do have 2 Granny Smith apples and 4, I believe they're Gala apples. And the grandkids didn't eat them. And I love an apple. But sometimes it doesn't agree with me. So, you know, I don't want it to go to waste. Now, this was the oddest thing I think I've ever seen. There's a bicycle in the center road. It's a 5-lane center road turn. There's a bicycle laid over. Looks like a nice bike. A box sitting by it and a little bag of trash. Just in the middle of a road. Don't know. Anyway, I don't want the apples to run. And I said, you know, I could cook them down and put up a couple of little jars of apple pie filling. Well, the problem I have when it's a Gala is it can get mealy, mushy. Well, I don't want a mealy, mushy apple pie. I could make a apple crumb cake, maybe. Or what I can do is cook it down in my 4-quart roaster. I have a very small roaster. And just put up about, it'll make me about 4 half pints of apple butter. Everybody loves apple butter in my family. But I'll also use it in with a jalapeno relish. And I'll base pork chops with it. Chicken. It's great with pork, y'all. Or have it on a biscuit, a piece of toast. So it's very versatile in my family. So I think that's what I've decided to do. Is peel them, get them over in the corner, let them cook down. No biggie. It's early in the morning, so I can have it done by this evening. But I wanted to talk to y'all. And I felt like this is my time driving down the road, letting y'all get a glimpse of Lippy. So I'm still Lippy, okay? I just don't have the homestead name. But a lot of chatter happened this weekend with what's going on in Russia. But that brings me back to the core of an individual. And the two do have a common denominator. Concern, uncertainty, fear. Because you see, I think it's what is happening right now with Russia and Ukraine and the leader of our country. It's such a damn hot mess right now, full of uncertainty. Things change by the hour. So no one really truly can foresee where this is going. We can assume, but we really don't know. So we say to ourselves, okay, what do we do to get prepared? There is so much chatter on the internet now. And honestly and truly, some don't mean any harm by this. But here's the thing. If you're a full-fledged farmer, if you label yourself a full-fledged homesteader, a gardener, I don't know, what's the other names? You do permaculture. I'm just throwing these names out there, okay? Not anybody in particular. And people that are wanting to learn all of this. And I have said this so many times in the past. Because my channel is low, I don't reach a lot of people. But every now and then, I'll reach a couple new ones. Well, they get the misconception, especially now with what's happening current times. Oh, well, you know, we're screwed. We're not there yet. You know, suburban little house, a family that's just now getting their feet wet in preserving, if you will, semi-sustainable life. We, as experienced gardeners, farmers, homesteaders, we have to remember we are trying to reach the ones that need lessons and guidance, encouragement. And somehow many are missing the boat. And what I mean by that is, you can't tell people, start today, because in a year you're going to have quite a bit stocked up. That is a true statement. But does that coincide with what we're dealing with now? So plant within your means, plant what you'll digest and your family. But think of it in a different way. Is figure out what your family needs, nourishment right now. If you like oatmeal, I don't care where you go, get a bag of oatmeal. If you got to sell something to go meet your needs, food, sell something. You can't eat that material object. Now I'm going to throw this one at you. And y'all are going to just come at Lippy hating. But I'm going to talk from my own experience. I'm going to share a little something with y'all. And this may connect the dots. So I'm not just rattling. About 25 years ago, my dad was in a nursing home. He was in a private room, so my sister and I, we split the bills that his retirement and all didn't pay for. And that was about $300 a month. So that's $150 a month we paid. So he could have his cable TV, his home phone, his, you know, private room, an area for us to sit and visit, his own refrigerant, you know, things like that. He gave us a good life, him and my mom. Therefore, we wanted to give him the best life for his last couple of years. I had a mortgage note. I was a single parent. And I had 3 jobs. I lost one. I knew I had responsibilities. I knew I needed food in my house. So I missed a car payment on purpose. Because you see, that note was not going to feed my daughter, put power in our home. Mortgage note was important. And you say, well, you just said you didn't pay. Yeah, I didn't pay that car note. And I'm proud I didn't. Why? Because I was able to put enough food, get the light bill paid, my responsibilities, and then I went and worked in a scrap yard, and it was cold, for 4 weeks on the weekends, picking up iron, dividing it up in between containers. And I was paid $8 an hour cash under the table. That supplemented enough that I could play catch up. Okay? And I did. And I don't regret the decision that I made. I'm not saying just don't go pay your house note or your car note, but I'm giving you an example. Yes, if you're trying to grow and you're trying to feed your family and all of that, and you're just now starting, keep doing that, yes. But the times we are in, look around your home, your apartment, wherever you house yourself. Look around and see how many wants do you have laying around that you can make $1 off of, because those wants will not feed your family. But please, whatever you do, whatever you do, don't stop growing. Don't say, well, it's too late for me, or I can't have what so-and-so has. Yes, you can. Regardless of your square footage, you're only going to fail by not trying. But don't put all your eggs in one basket and think that, okay, I got to hurry up and just grow whatever I can. Because if you have a failure, as I said earlier, I had to restart some seeds. You got to have a backup plan. And if you don't have the money right now for a backup plan, you probably have something on your property, in your apartment, in the trunk of your car that you can get rid of and go buy food. It may not say organic on that can, y'all, but it's food. And I guess this is the beginning of probably a 30-minute video today. But it really hit me hard that I understand the videos that's being put out in association with the Russia-Ukraine and all of that. It's hard, it's scary times. But what I also saw in multiple videos is they were encouraging for long term. But I haven't found anybody to give advice on short term. What do we do now? It's imminent that we do something now for the ones that are just getting on the sustainable train, or you know, just getting their feet wet. Look, I don't want you to run from this. I don't want you to run from learning to grow your food. I want to encourage you to do so. But please don't think that you're not going to survive because you are not sustainable yet. You'll get there. If it's in God's will for all of us to make it through all of this crap, you'll get there. But you got to think about the moment you are in. I'm here to encourage you. Material things can be repurchased, but you can't repurchase your life. In order to live, you got to eat. So don't feel guilty if it doesn't say organic on the can. It's about survival. We have now moved into times of survival. Don't panic, but be clear-headed. Pay attention to what's around you. But don't hold on to the wants. If it means starving, get them gone. Survive. Be patient. But above all, know it and believe in yourself that you will accomplish what you set out to do, regardless of your square footage. And that's about all Lippy has to say on that. Now, I'm almost home. I'm gonna get a cup of coffee. I'm gonna go to that desk God, that desk. It's almost like a punishment, y'all. Because I'm just now closing out 21. We're knocking on March. This is something that I did the last week of December every year. I'd say I'm a little behind, but that's okay. I'm going to get it done. I should be completed with it today. And I can close it out and get back to my normal routine the last week of December of this year, 2022. So, all right. I'll bring you back when who knows what I'm fixing to get into. Told y'all I was going to come in and probably do apple butter. And I am glad that I chose to do it now because they are just about spent, y'all. Just about spent. So I'm being careful. I want to reserve as much of the flesh as I can of these apples. And I ended up with 4 Gallas and 2 Granny Smith. Well, that's not going to yield. We're going to see. I might end up now with just 3 half pints. But that's 3 half pints more than what I had. What I would have had is a waste. I would have lost these apples. I really want to be outside. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I walked over there to my onions. And I was like, should I start the carrots today? Nope, Lippy. Don't do it. Get your stuff done and do it tomorrow. There again, I get anxious, just like all of us. But if you're wondering, I've got a bowl sitting over here with just lemon water. All I did was peel them. And I use a potato peeler. It seems to work best, you know, for me. Whatever way. Now, if I was doing an abundance, I do have an apple core that hooks to the side of the cabinet or the counter. And Buddy has a board and he sets it up for me. That makes it so much easier. But I don't need all of that. I peeled them faster than I could go get it down out of the pantry and get it hooked up to use, you know. But also, I wanted to, you know, the ones that made the live or watched the live, I told you that, whew, Lippy changing her channel name just, man, it messed some folks up, y'all. So those folks that might be just slipping in, hey, wonder what she's doing. Doing the same thing I was doing when I was Gemini Homestead. It's just a name. You know, it's your character that matters, not your name. But anyway, some of y'all, you know, have questioned, oh my God, I can't believe that's really happened. So what I did was I pinned a particular comment. Instead of removing it, I pinned it to the top of that particular video. And, you know, hey, we lost another one. It is what it is. We lost another one. And I'm okay with it. But what I'm not okay with is when you judge by name. My channel name, anybody's channel name, doesn't describe who they really are. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it can just be a name. That's where it begins and ends. Just a name. But can they walk the walk and talk the talk? Some no. Most yes. Some no. So, Y'all don't do what I just did. I just come at my own self with a knife. Because you know me, I gotta talk. I gotta look at y'all in the eyes when I talk. And I need to put a knife down when I do that, you know. So, yeah. It kind of made me go, ouch. You know, just a little bit. But it ain't going to persuade me to go down the road that I'm traveling. I'm still going to garden. I'm still going to grow. I'm still going to be Lippy. You still be you. And that's what makes this world such a great place we live in. Diversity. Like a fine pot of soup. Y'all have heard me say that. You won't get a finer soup than a hodgepodge, a vegetable soup. Because it takes all of us, all of our flavors to come together to make this world we live in beautiful. But if you go putting sour lemons up in it, it can taint it. So let's try to restrain from being a sour lemon. Let's try to restrain from judging people by the cover of the book. Because that cover of that book can be misleading. Positive or negative. It can be misleading. So let's just try not to do that. Especially in these times that we are all faced with. But let me tell y'all something. It gets better and better to what I was talking to y'all in the car about. Well, I'm not going to give names. Y'all know I don't do that. This is very true. Happening right now. A person. Oh my God. Times are kind of scarce. I got to go shopping today. No, this is not a gardener, okay? Not a gardener. So where must you be going? Now, I didn't ask this, okay? Someone else did. Well, they must be going to Hobby Lobby. As in, that was the answer. And Michael's. Of course, Lippy then has that deer in a headlight look going. I said, what you say? Yeah, they're going to Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Yeah. If people worried about food, you going out to buy what you can, but, oh, I got to go to Hobby Lobby and I got to go to Michael's. Ain't nothing wrong with Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I've never been in a Michael's, to be honest, in my life. I've been in Hobby Lobby twice in my life. Y'all see what I almost did? Because I was looking for these cutesy little glass bottles to put my homemade vanilla extract in and give them away for gifts. Because you see, at Christmas time, Lippy doesn't buy gifts. My gifts are my preservatives, my infused oils, my vanilla extracts. This is what my family has come to look forward to. And I'm very proud that I'm able to do that. So anyway, I was like, since when does Crafty stores sell food? Necessities. Well, I guess they, like other stores, they got candy bars and soda pops at the register, I guess. Lollipops, I don't know what they have. I don't go to those stores. I don't. But it just floored me because I was like, these people, y'all wait a minute, they in a panic. They gonna take off work because they got to go shopping. Not for dry goods, obviously. They got to go find some flowers or something to set at the center of their table so it looks pretty when they eat some pork and grits. Y'all know what pork and grits is? Pork your feet under the table and grit your teeth and wish you had something. Y'all, I don't make this up. I can't make this up. It blows my mind. I mean, geez, turn the TV on. Turn Facebook. It's on every social media. We just talked about this. And I'm going to get home and I'm going to have some conversations before I get in the kitchen. Nice conversation. If you worried about a pretty flower arrangement, please, by the grace of God, tell me that your pantries is full, your freezers are full, you got water stored up, you got resources to water, you got essentials for hygiene. Please tell me you are stockpiled to the gills. And then you know what I'm going to tell you? Hopefully you'll find some good deals. You can make you a pretty arrangement for your kitchen table. So you can have something to look at while you feed your family all that food that's in that pantry. But see, I happen to know differently. I happen to know they don't have enough food. That's the sad part. So I guess some of y'all gonna call it, well, Lippy's on one of her tears. Yes, I'm on one of my tears. Because I'm doing this hoping to help somebody. Encourage people. I didn't say go shopping for some pretty stuff. I said go get some food to feed your family. That's all I'm saying. But Lippy gonna get her apple butter going because you see, I don't want to waste nothing. And we'll see what else I get into. I don't know. I really want to get outside and get in that dirt and get my carrots going. See, I struggled. I couldn't get it right. And I say I'm a very, not pretty, I'm very experienced gardener. Okay? We're not talking hobby gardening. I'm talking about acres of farming. A dairy farm. But the one thing I could not get right was carrots. I just give up on them. Now, green beans, they were those hit and misses. Well, it was Mr. Danny who told me where I was lacking. Because you see, we did fields of peas. Not green beans, peas, dry beans, things like that. But it was the carrots. I was like, oh, I ain't got the patience. I don't know what's going on. And I went about, it's been about 3 years ago. Y'all, it was something as simple as I need to change my soil. That's all. My soil, I did everything. I was doing everything correctly. But I was missing out on the bed that would house them to grow. It was too packy, too clay. So what did I do? I aerated it. I minted it. Lots of perlite. And I accomplished it. Well, I was getting there. And then the storm of 2020, you know, it's gone. But anyhow, when I got my book in, yes, I'm in this book. But what this book represents is I was a good student. See, I was a good student. I listened. I pay attention. I will have my book, and I'm going to read it again before I go out there tomorrow. Because it's called educating. Checking all the boxes. dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's. You can do this, especially if you can find a good mentor, whomever that may be. It could be a family member. It could be somebody on YouTube. It could be Lippy. But if you don't know, ask. But ask an experienced person. Ask someone who can show proof in the pudding, not just slice and dice on a video. Okay? But yeah, this thing sits where I'm watching it and I'm like, but I could go today. Y'all, we got to try everything. Don't just focus on the dirt. Don't just focus on a can of green beans that says organic to a can that's non-organic. Get the most for your buck right now today. February the 28th, 2022, the last day of this month. Focus on how that dollar can stretch. Y'all know the Miss Lippy channel could just go for hours and hours and hours, and I can't keep doing that. Well, I guess I could. It's my channel, huh? I sing to the beat of my own music, and you should too. Hold your head up high. If all you got is 3 5-gallon buckets to grow in, be proud, because I'm proud for you. If you got fields to grow in, be proud. I'm proud for you. As long as we're trying, that's all that matters, because the times we are in are like no other. So I'm going to get my apples going. I wonder, I'm gonna test this gala. Hang on. It's got a good crunch to it. But by tomorrow, they wouldn't have been worth a poo, I'll be honest. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get these going. I'm gonna take Gigi outside. She did tell me she had to go outside. She said she had to go get in some sun. Y'all believe that? Maybe Lippy's got to go get in some sun. Until next time, God bless. Be safe. Be positive. Be aware. I'll catch you on the next one.